Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another product review, this time from GTR Lighting. Now this is a brand new Ultra 3 LED kits. This is for my 2019 Toyota Yaris IA. I wanted to get these. I have regular halogens on the main beams. I do have LEDs in the fog lights. Been in there for a couple of years, no problems. But I wanted to do everything all at once, same company. I've been using GTR lighting for many years, since 2006, all the way back to HID on previous vehicles. But in any case, I wanted to start off with their new Ultra. They do have the Ultra 2, which I had them in another vehicle prior to 2018. They were great, had no issues with them whatsoever, but I wanted to try these out. These do have a lifetime warranty, so this is not my normal setup. Lighting is different. Just kind of set this up before I head outside. So let's do a little unboxing. Now the versions I have here is the H4 9003. They're in a plastic lining here. Now they did have a sale on their website, but for some reason the coupon wouldn't work, so I couldn't get the discount code to work for the new model. So I went to the retrofit Amazon store, and they were discounted basically the same price as if I, in fact, they were $60 off going through their Amazon store. That's what I did. This is the main headlights here. I'll unbox that real fast here. Let me get this plastic off. A lot of reflection here. My lighting is just a temporary lighting I set up so I could do an unboxing of this, so you can kind of see the quality. I already know the quality. I've been buying their HID kits for so many years through. It's basically the same company. You got the Headlight Revolution and the retrofitsource.com. There's a bunch of them. They're all joined together, believe it or not. These here are the H11, which is a pretty common, so if you do have an H11 bulb in your vehicle, it's going to be a great time to take a look at that. So let's start off with these here. We'll open it up, see what comes in the box here. Really excited about these because they've shrunken down the design to be ultra compact, and look at that. What a difference that is. Now if you notice here, I like is that the LED is almost as thin as the element on a halogen bulb. So you can see there that it's thin at the top, so the beam is focused more at the top of the reflector, and then the bottom is kind of cut off there to keep it from scattering back upward. Show you this up close. Grommet here, or the seal here, does have a built-in fan. It's fully protected, which is nice. Don't have to worry about when you're installing it pushing on the fan. But no worries, these have a lifetime warranty, and these guys really stand behind their product. I've had a couple of them fail on the backup LED lights, and basically have to destroy it, send them a picture of it destroyed. They just send you out another one. No questions asked. That's the hook up there. There's no separate driver unit on these. It's amazing that they're able to get that much light out of these. Now, according to their website, these are almost 4,000 lumens. That's insane. So that's what those look like on the H11. So now I'm going to show you the main LEDs. These are the fog lights. So they're pretty common, and I'll do a little install as well, kind of show you how the setup is on that particular vehicle. If you don't have the 9003, then it's pretty nice to be able to see this anyways. That way you can see that some bulbs have the high and low beam all in one. So here's the 9003 bulb, same thing. It's got the 3-prong. It's amazing. So my understanding is that you have to take this physically off, and you'll install this first, this being at the top of the LED, and once you do, you'll put this back in. It's got dual O-rings on it, and you're going to twist it until it goes in there, and you're going to clock it to where this wire is at the bottom facing the ground, so these should be identical. Really excited about this. Very nice, rugged build quality. Now the difference on the main LEDs, it has a bowl here on each side, and that's basically to just mimics the regular halogen. Has the same thing, a little bowl there. It shoots all the light up to the top of the light. It's got dual LEDs there. That's going to be your low beam, and that's going to be your high beam. It's just top-notch build quality on these things. Now my understanding, I was reading on some reports that these only lose about 9% of their light output over 20 minutes. So basically, after 20 minutes, these things are remaining cool enough and operating almost at the complete 100% light output, and that's impressive. And some reports have said that they actually increase in light output. So I'm not too sure about that, but we'll definitely be seeing how they do in my vehicle. Got the pure copper cores in them, help with cooling. So that's what they come with. Nothing really on this particular setup here, which is the 9003. And that's what they come in here. Really nice, well-packed box. Information here. Super excited. These are not cheap, but they are well worth their price. And I think it was worth the wait. I've been using the LEDs on the fog lights, and it's been really helpful, but those halogens I have to replace every year. So I mainly use OSRAM, the night breakers, and I have to replace them every year, because once I put the new set in there, you can see the difference. After 1 year, they lose their output quite a bit. So getting tired of that, so we're going to go ahead and get these LEDs in here, and I'll show you a little demonstration. So let's head out there to the vehicle, see how it works out, and then we'll do a nighttime driving experience with them. Excited. Let's head out there. Okay, now I've got one of the main beams. The other side is halogen, so I'm just going to unlock the car so you can see the beam here. Definitely is a little scatter, very similar beam underneath. Looks like it's going to have some pretty good profile on there. I might have to adjust the height on them, because this looks a little bit thicker there. I'll kind of clock them a little bit, see if I can get that a little bit thinner. Okay, so got one side in, and I did replace these rubber grommets with new silicone ones. Supposed to be a little more durable. We shall see. I just wanted new ones to go in here. simply right here, we're upside down. This is what you're going to undo here. Unplug that 3-prong there. Real simple. So we're going to go here, show you here. There's a little pin here that's on the light housing, and then there's a little clip here, kind of metal with a little hook on it. Just going to push it in, turn it to the side, and it'll pop away from it. I just use one finger to hold this, slide this out of the way. Pretty simple. Once you get that out of the way, slide the bulb out. These are only about 3 months old. I got very little miles on them. And we'll put them back in here and get the new one installed. Alright, so now that we've got this taken out, I'm going to take 2 hands to take this off, and we'll install this piece here into the light first, and then the rubber seal. And you can see there's a little clocking kind of a indicator there. It's what you want to use as much as you can. Unfortunately, once you put it in, you won't be able to see it again, so just make sure that this wire here pointing directly to the ground, and you can clock it a little bit to get that tight beam. Alright, let's go ahead and get this separated and we'll go on. Okay, now we got the bulb. Had to make sure I have a good angle while I'm putting this in for you. A little harder doing it with the camera viewfinder here. Gotta make sure that that cord is at the bottom. And now it's simple. Kind of rock it side to side. As you're pushing it in, make sure that that's all the way in. And now we can simply plug these two together. Got a little injury there. And plug these two in. Takes 2 hands, and that's pretty much what it looks like when it's all installed with the new rubber silicone gaskets. Just double make sure the edges are in. Looks good. Alright, so now we got both sides in. Let's unlock the car, see how that comes right on. And we'll do some more clocking on this side. We're real close to the garage door here, so we'll back it off. And just gonna show you if you can clock it once you have it in. You can change it there, dim, take that halo out, because the reflectors are a little bit different on each vehicle. Might be a little bit different placement. Let me unlock the car again. Alright, so you can see that simply turning that will turn the beam. So we want as much of that beam thinned out as possible with the least amount of halo on it. That looks about right there. And we'll clock them as we drive on them a little bit. And the top ones are done. Alright, so now I'm underneath the car in the front. So you've got 5 screws and 2 clips. And it allows you to remove this splash guard out of the way and give you spider web or something there, and gives you access to the fog lights, which are on either side of this little area right there. You can see the plug there. Bottom of them, kind of hard to see. See if I got a light here. You can see right here is the light on. Trying to get it up there. You can see the bulb right there. But in any case, these are real easy to get to as well. Just a little more involved. But let's get these in as well. These already have LEDs in them, so there's no reason to show the difference. Now, got the plug hooked up. This is all I can show you so far. underneath here, but this is the plug right there, and the light is right up above in this little pocket area. But that's plugged in, and these here are easy to clock because you put them in and rotate them clockwise, and they only go so far, and then you got them in there pretty easily to get those straight up to the 9 and 3 o'clock position. That's all I can show you underneath here. Don't have much room. Sorry about that. Alright, I've got them all put in except for that far fog light, and I can see there the color temp is quite a bit cooler than these. These is nice, probably about 55, 52 to 55, and a lot more pronounced hot spot. These here don't have really much. These have a lot more wider area, so that is impressive. Now that it's gotten darker, I can see this has a lot more area out to the sides there a little bit. Interesting. Definitely gonna probably need some adjustment. Just like on any application, you want to make sure you're not blinding other people in front of you. That's what that looks like. I'm glad I'm getting rid of those. Didn't realize how much more intense these were. Still got a nice little hot spot on those, but this is way more intense. Better beam pattern on that. Alright, both fog lights are clocked in, and I noticed on these old ones, those used to be black, just like this area here, all the way down, so they ran pretty smoking hot. But I've had these in there for 2 years, and they were still going strong. So aux beam, pretty impressed with these guys. You can see how it faded at that base there. Huh. Well, let's get this all back together here. So I'm just gonna tuck this up underneath here, and I'll put the clips in and get it all back together, and let's take it down the road, see how they do. That's the finished install. Got the fog lights there on the bottom. Those look good. Now we're going to go ahead and take them out on the road. Okay, that's the finished beam. Very nice cutoff. The fog lights are off. Let's see if I can reach in and grab those. There's quite a bit of difference on the ground when those come on, as you can see. But they light up the ground mainly, which is to be expected. So let's go ahead and take a look, see how they do going down the road. Okay, on the road, and all I can say is, wow, what an incredible difference. Nice cutoff line. I'm gonna keep my camera still so you guys can see this thing is doing really well. Definitely a more of a foreground illumination. The old halogens, they had kind of I'll go up the window here. The halogens had an old style beam. It's just like a pinstripe hot spot going down the middle, and very little spill. I could barely see the fog lights here. Turn them off. Fill in very nicely on the ground, especially right out in front of the car. Within 30 feet, they do really well. I can't turn off, I can't run the fog lights separately because they're OEM, but you can see a difference in illumination. The regular beam, low beam should I call it, they do really well. And I think the color temp makes all the difference in the world, because these here are closer to 5,200 58K, even though they say on their website they're about 55 to 57. In my opinion, they're a little warmer than that. You can see the halogen coming up in front of me. So you can see some people are still running halogens here, which is perfectly fine. I just have to change them out every year because they lose luminosity very quickly. So we'll go up here a little further and see how that does. They have their high beams on, but they turned them off automatically. That wasn't me. So we're going to go ahead and just keep this going here and just kind of drive here. I might go up another street light here, just kind of show you the high beam here. Someone in front of me, so unfortunately I cannot do so. So go ahead and go up here a little bit further, kind of drive with the like I said, the beam profile on these is very nice. Definitely an increased visibility. I haven't had anybody shine their high beams on me. I am very conservative when I adjust the beams. I used to be a headlight technician, so I used to do that. But back in the old days, you used the old levels with the little pens on the lights, and that's how we used to adjust them. But this here is a lot easier. There's no leveling or anything, so you kind of do it. You got to have an eye and a knack for it. So this here is, I just can't believe how well these are doing. Man. So we'll go up here a little bit further. I'll turn around and try some high beams. Now the car is far enough ahead of me to where it's not going to do anything. So let's do the high beam. Nice. Oh, someone's coming. So now they have almost the same beam pattern on the low beam as they do the high beam. The halogen, they had a real fine hot spot, but when you went to the high beam, it scattered all over the place. So it wasn't as good as these. These things are just incredible. I'm going to go ahead and turn up here. We'll do some high beam tests, and I think this is going to be an amazing upgrade. Highly recommend these. They are expensive, so just letting you know. Go ahead and turn here. An old eagle nest here, and we'll go back here on this back road because this is a nice road because you can see all the reflectors. So that's another reason why I like going down here. A little more bumpier, but so let's do the high beams. Look at that. Oh, wow. You can see how that center beam out of both lights. Now they do shift to the left, which is normal on your high beam, so they can. But this here is a little bit more bumpy road. We'll just do this one a little bit so I could show you the high beam once we get over this hill here. But this is incredible to drive with. Look at that. High beam. Holy moly. That is insane. Oh, there was a possum. Holy smoke. Thank goodness I didn't run him over. So, let me go ahead and turn around up here. It's going to get real bumpy up here. And we'll get back on a better road. And I'll pause this and we'll be right back here. Go ahead. Should be coming up to a street here where I can turn around. It's not the best road here. And we'll go up to another one here. Yeah. Amazing. I'm going to turn on the high beam because I see some signs up ahead. jacked. You can see that dead end sign there. Make a sharp turn to the right. Wow. Fog lights do turn off on this. So I just follow this out here. It should be hopefully a little bit better. I forgot how bad that section of this road is, but we'll see how it does out here. Now we've been hit with the heat wave as well, so it kind of put a delay on this driving experience because of all the bugs and stuff. Tonight is actually a cool night. It's down in the lower 70s, so hopefully I don't have as many bug splatters. Man, all right, I'm going to turn on the high beams. Look at that. Holy smokes. Incredible. So we're going to go ahead and go up here to this light, and we'll make a right and head back. We'll go down a different surface street that's not so bouncy and so rough here. These old back street roads are not the best to drive on, especially for a little car like this. But look at that beam. It's just way wider, just so much more illumination. And that can mean better safety. Yeah, this is nice. And there it is from a distance. No glare until you get to about right there. Cut off. It's not offending anybody, but providing a very nice man, that looks great. Car sits low to the ground, so I think this is a huge improvement. Just thought I'd show you the high beams, which is just extremely bright. You'll see them on the road for sure. Wow. Sorry about that. I had a phone call come in as I'm recording. I am using my cell phone for this video here. So it cut out on me, so I had to turn it off. But we're editing straight from where I left off. And again, these are according to the retrofitsource.com and the headlightrevolution.com. These are about 4,000 lumens each. So that is a lot of lumens. So just letting you know, quite a bit more light output as well. So make sure that you do aim your lights properly, and you should have no problems. These do run pretty hot. When I was doing the adjustments and clocking them, I had to use like rubber gloves in order to do it. They were pretty toasty on those heat sinks, but nothing difficult. Impressive. So we're basically going to close this video out here. I showed you the high beams. I think it's more than enough. And surprisingly, very nice overall beam performance. Nice cutoff. Very similar to the halogen beam as far as the hotspot is concerned, but way more foreground illumination, which is out to the sides as well as on the ground. So very nice improvement. over stock halogens. I'm glad I did it now. Man, what an amazing improvement. Alright, well, I want to thank GTR for this product here. Nice upgrade. If this is something you're interested in getting, I will leave a link down below my video where you can get these Headlight Revolution or the Headlight retrofitsource.com. I'll send both those links where you can get these. Check them out. That way you can save some money if they're on sale. I do have a discount code. I'll put that there as well. Hopefully that'll help a new purchaser or a new member be able to save some money on these, just in case you're interested in getting them. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thanks button. Donate to my channel. Otherwise, you can please share, like, and subscribe. That way I can bring more of these type of videos to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care. Well, let's take this outside, see how it does in the wilderness.